Hey guys, I hope all of you are doing well. I'm going to do a little live broadcast here. I have a haul and some chit chat, so let's get to it. First, though, I need to pull this up on my phone so I can see what's going on in the chat. I need to pull this up on my phone so I can see what's going on in the chat. Okay. I have it set up now. All right, you guys. So today I had the opportunity to stop by one of my favorite local metaphysical stores. And I was really excited to have the opportunity because usually Wednesdays I'm super, super busy. Because on Wednesdays, usually like during the day, that's when I take a lot of my reading clients. And then I also dance in the evening. But luckily, I was able to kind of get out for a little bit today and get some stuff taken care of. And yeah, so I was able to go out to the store. So first, I'm going to show you guys what I got today at New Age People, which New Age People is a local metaphysical store in my area, which if any of you who are watching are from the Indy area, then you're probably pretty familiar with it. It has a sister store called Inner Path, which is down in Greenwood. So basically there's a north side and a south side location. I don't believe they are like a massive chain, but they are sister stores. They are related. So I went there. And then after that, I've just been running around the house today, doing a lot of cleaning, doing a lot of cleansing, mopping, sweeping, vacuuming, dusting, dishes, cooking, floor washes, washing the doors, repotting some plants. I had a lucky bamboo plant. She desperately needed repotted, so I got her taken care of. I had an ornamental aloe plant who also desperately needed repotted, and a feng shui money plant who also desperately needed repotted. I mean, they have grown exponentially over winter. It was just crazy. Like my bamboo plant was like, it was on the windowsill and it had gotten so large, it was bent over towards like the top of the ceiling. That's how much she's grown. So, and I didn't get to her quick enough. So I had to let go of some of her stalks. So that way, because they kind of were getting a little gross. So I had to take those off of her and then put her in a larger pot. But hopefully she'll be doing better now. So anyway, yes, I went to New Age People today and got some fun goodies. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys is this. Okay, so these jars, I've actually had this jar for a long time. This is not new. But this like sits on a little table by our front door, and I like to keep incense scones in here. Is what I like to keep in here. And so I picked some new purple ones in here, and these ones are like lavender. And then these like darker red ones here, these ones are dragon's blood. So those are from a previous haul that I did. Hold on just a second. What is going on with this? Ones here. There we go. So yeah, those are from a previous haul. And then these large brown ones. These ones are the India Temple Incense Blend, which you really probably like, I wouldn't recommend putting all these different scones in one container because the scents are going to kind of compile all together. However, I don't mind that personally because I just burn these. Like I said, they sit on a little table by our front door. So when I know that I have company kind of coming over, I will burn one of these just to set the intention of hospitality. And also the India Temple scones smell phenomenal. If you guys have not smelt those, like, and this whole thing combined with the dragon's blood, the lavender, and the Indian temple, it smells amazing. Like if you guys have ever like walked into like an Indian market or like an Indian buffet, but like also with a lot of floral from the lavender kicking in, like that's what it smells like with like kind of that masculine cologne smell of the dragon's blood. So yeah, I totally don't mind that all these are going to blend together. And in fact, that's why I kind of put them all in one container because that way you kind of get a little bit more bang for your buck, and you almost kind of create like a custom blend, because all of these scones in here that are touching and, you know, powders and residues and resins are rubbing off all on each other from each one. That's going to kind of create its own smell. So essentially these are lavender, dragon's blood, and Indian temple incense scones. So, and these containers, you can sometimes find these at the dollar store, believe it or not, but this one I believe I got at Michael's. And these containers have like the air seal suction. So that helps keep your incense last longer, because if you just leave it open like this, it'll still last a good while too. Hi, Bella. Welcome. Thanks for joining. And it is delicious. It is delicious. But yeah, if you just leave your incense open like that, that's totally fine. It's just not going to last you as long. I'm not crazy worried about that with this particularly, because I burn one of these almost every day. Like I said, anytime I have anyone coming over to my house, one of these gets burnt. Also, I like to burn these when I get home from work to kind of like welcome myself back home. So, but I do like to keep a lid on it because I want it to be as pungent as possible. You can ask anyone who's been over to my house, any clients who have came over for a reading, or any of my friends or family, and they will tell you that I am the house that you can smell from the sidewalk. Like, that's how pungent I like my incense to be. Well, thanks for joining, Bella. I'm excited to show you. So another thing that I got, this is so cute. So I was in the store originally because I had to go to a dental appointment today and get a cleaning, and I hate going to the dentist. So I decided that I would swing by my favorite metaphysical shop after going to the dentist, which is a disaster. I hate going. I mean, I'm all good, got everything clean. I hate people working in my mouth and the scraping and the pulling and all that. I hate it. So, I decided to treat myself and stop by my favorite local metaphysical store. So the next thing I got, originally I was in there because my sister actually brought over like a little care package for me recently. And she got me this like rose quartz. It's like a slip knot hemp with like a rose quartz in a cage. And I actually don't have any rose quartz jewelry, believe it or not. So I was excited that she got me this. And then she got me a cute little pink rose quartz elephant too. Which I think I want to make a video at some point and talk about ritual baths and show you guys how I have designed my bathroom to almost be like a temple, you know, worth deserving to take a ritual bath in. Because I have it kind of decked out in like corals and teals and elephants and kind of channeling those Ganesha vibes. So when I was in the metaphysical store, I was kind of looking for something like an elephant. Like I wasn't necessarily looking for Ganesh, but I was looking for elephant. Not that there's anything wrong with Ganesh. I just have a lot of figures of Ganesh already. And to me, the elephant is one of Ganesh's, you know, forms. So I was wanting to try to find something with the elephant. And I didn't really see anything at first. And then there's a lady there, her name is Joy, and she really lives up to her name. Like she really is a joy. She's like a family friend. And I was telling her, you know, she was like, "Oh, what are you looking for today?" And I was like, "Well, I'm just kind of treating myself to, you know, looking around here at my favorite store because I had to go to the dentist and I'm all about balance. So I'm going to even out, you know, the chore of going to the dentist with going and getting goodies to reward myself, I guess." And I was like, I was kind of looking for some elephant stuff. And so she pulled me to the back of the store. I did not even see these. And they had a couple of these. I don't know how well you guys can see this, but this is what it looks like. So it's a dish, and then it has an elephant on the top of it with a spot to put stick incense. And then you could probably put scones also on these ridges. And they had these, and these are ceramic, and they had these in a variety of like a fern green. And then they had like this white with like kind of almost the burned brown looking marks here. And I really like the white one because it reminded me of like a white elephant party kind of. Plus, white elephants are also supposed to be, you know, extra lucky. And the symbolism, oh, let me not drop this. The symbolism of the elephant, if you guys don't know. So elephants typically, you know, represent good fortune and money and prosperity, like money prosperity. I'm specific with that because Prosperity, I feel like it's one of those buzzwords that get thrown around a lot, but there's different types of prosperity, just like there's different types of fertility. You know, there's sexual fertility, financial fertility, creative fertility, and it's the same thing with prosperity and abundance. So elephants represent um, financial abundance, you know, money, luck, money drawing, happiness, joy, and good luck in general. And if the trunk is facing up versus if the trunk is facing down, those are kind of two different meanings. So this elephant has trunk facing up. So this is more of the lucky elephant, the prosperous elephant, versus if its trunk is facing down, that's kind of almost more similar to like an evil eye, which I'm going to talk about in a minute too. But I was really excited that I got this, and this is probably also going to go maybe in my bathroom or maybe here in the witchy room somewhere, like on my cleansing station over there, which you guys can't see it. I know I'm pointing over. Anyway, so I was excited about this. And then talking about the evil eye, I found this really cute bracelet, which this bracelet has a little Hamsa charm, which I have a video actually on my channel talking about the significant symbolism of the Hamsa and what that means. And then it has little evil eye beads on it. So that's what that looks like. And, you know, I intend on wearing this like a bracelet, of course, too. And I like that it jingles, and I like that it has a little hanging charm there. And you guys, the Hamsa is such a prevalent, you know, profound spiritual symbol in so many different, you know, traditions, whether it's Islam or Judaism or, you know, the Abrahamic paths, the pagan paths. It's a symbol of peace and prosperous and protection, pretty much no matter which tradition you follow. And that's what I really like about the Hamsa, is that there are traditions that kind of, I guess, are more drawn to it than others. But regardless of your spiritual path or what aspect of divinity that you subscribe to, it's kind of a more secular symbol. But yeah, I have a whole video regarding that. But you could totally wear a bracelet like this. But something else that I was going to do, which I have this candle here that normally sits by my front door. And these are the Nevea candles. You can get these guys at the dollar store. These are $1. And they have them in shades of green and yellow and red and blue. Sometimes they have saints on them. Sometimes they might have Mary figures or Jesus or angels or what have you. And if that's your thing, that's great. I prefer to get just the plain colored ones, which the colors I think match for specific saints, but I don't really work with saints. So I buy the colors and I will use these in, you know, rituals. Like this candle in particular, we had at our Imbolc and our Yule ritual, just as kind of the color representation of the season and just as light for the ritual. I don't actually, I mean, you could totally probably use these as a spell candle. They have like, you know how they have like the hoodoo and mojo candles, the big ones. You could totally use that for this. I have this with the intention of drawing money and prosperity, financial prosperity into the front door. And that's what I was talking about with this too. I kind of have like a whole little home and hearth altar right by the front door. And I thought it would be really cute to take this bracelet here and to attach it to the candle like so, because then that almost gives, you know, this candle an entirely different vibe, so to speak, I guess you could say. And you could charge this. You could make this an enchanted amulet. You could charge this. You could put your own intentions on top of the intentions that are already there based on the symbolism of the evil eye and the Hamsa, which if you guys, you know, some of you may or may not be familiar with the evil eye. So the evil eye is basically, it's like that all-seeing eye that wards off jealousy and negative intentions and hatred and anger. And so the evil eye is basically, it's a protective symbol. Some people hear evil eye and they start feeling spooked and stuff, but the evil eye is actually, it protects against the evil eye. So if someone is sending you psychic attacks, or if someone is jealous or envious or, you know, wrathful towards you, or just has negative emotions, and they are sending those out to you consciously or subconsciously, the evil eye protects you from that. And then the Hamsa also is similar like that. It's also a protective symbol. Oftentimes you'll even see the evil eye and the Hamsa together. The evil eye might be on the Hamsa itself. Sometimes I see that, or they're just paired, like in this bracelet. But yeah, you could totally, set up a candle with charms and bracelets and kind of make enchanted jewelry. And then when you leave, like when I leave the house, I could slide this off the candle and put it on my wrist. And when I come back home, I can put it back on this candle here like so, just to recharge for the day. So there's kind of some folk magic. But yeah, I really like the bracelet. I think it's really cute. So those are the big shiny things that I got today. Like I said, nothing like super crazy. I just kind of wanted to treat myself a little bit, a little bit. And then of course I cannot go into a head shop or a metaphysical store or anything of the likes without not stocking up on some incense. Okay. So so the incense, I got the Satya brand, which this brand makes my favorite Nag Champa. I love Nag Champa. To me, Nag Champa is such a spiritual smell, and immediately it makes me feel grounded and ready, like that, as soon as I smell it. This one is not Nag Champa, but it's by the brand that makes my favorite Nag Champa, which, like I said, is the Satya brand. And they actually burn the Satya brand. Like if you guys have ever been to like any Hindu temple services, Satya brand is usually the brand they actually use there. And I like them because their incense sticks from Satya are very there's a lot of loose resin on them. They're very powdery and they're very pungent. And that's the type of incense that I like. Plus Satya, like if you buy their full size boxes, which at my metaphysical store, this was $3.89, and I could definitely get this cheaper at my local Indian market. I can get like a big box with like 6 of these boxes in there for like the same price. So I could have, gotten 6 of these, which these boxes I believe have 26 in them. Yeah, these boxes are 20 stick boxes, and take advantage of your local Indian markets because, like I said, I can get 6 of these boxes and 1 large box, for the same price of $3.89. But it's about convenience. And oh, my pillow's fallen. Let me put that back there. But it was just more convenient for me today just to purchase it there. They also have samples that come if you purchase the Satya incense. They'll give you a small sample box within the larger box, and these have 2 sticks in them. So, and I'm just opening this now. So this one is the Golden Era, which I'm not familiar with this one, so I'm going to have to give it a smell. But yeah, I am an incense hoarder. Like I have a big basket up there on my bookshelf just full with incense. Oh, wow. You guys. So this I would say is like, wow. Yeah, I would say this is like a smoky citrus smell, like a spiced blood orange, almost campfirey kind of smell. That's very interesting. I'll have to see how that smells burning. I don't think I've smelled anything quite like that. But yeah, that was the Golden Era incense by the Satya brand. The box that I picked up, this is the Patchouli Forest, which I'm obsessed with patchouli, but this isn't like a standard, regular kind of dirt patchouli. This is the Patchouli Forest. So forest typically kind of has like a grassy smell. And then in my opinion, patchouli kind of smells like earth, like potting soil almost, which I know is not for everyone. Like patchouli is definitely one of those smells that people, I feel like they either love it or they hate it. And I'm one of those who love patchouli. So, but honestly, like even though I love patchouli so much, I honestly prefer it more as like a feature. Like I love patchouli and rose together. That's probably my favorite combo. Like I like a high note of rose and a lower note of patchouli. But yeah, this is the Patchouli Forest, which smells, if you guys have ever gotten the forest incense, it smells just like that with like hints of patchouli. If you have never burned patchouli, Carol, you should try it out. Unless you're not a fan of patchouli, because patchouli is like tonic water. People normally either love it or they hate it. I've never met anyone who's like, well, patchouli is so-so. Like most people love, love, love patchouli, or they don't like it at all. So I got that, which I love that the Satya brand gives you a sample incense, because then you can kind of try some other stuff without buying a whole, box if you're not sure if you like it or not. So, okay, now my second favorite incense brand is Hem, Hem. They're my second favorite brand. The Ganesh incense that you can get at like drugstores or beauty supply stores or grocery stores, it's okay. And I have picked that brand up before, but in my experience, the Ganesh incense is just, because it is, lower budget, lower quality incense, it's just not quite as strong. But if you're someone who, is a little asthmatic, I would definitely recommend the Ganesh. Or if you have any difficulties, with breathing or anything, because the Ganesh incense is just so much lighter, and that can be nice too. But like if you plan on burning it outside, or if you really want to kind of deodorize or scent your home, I just feel like the Ganesh is not gonna, the Ganesh brand is not gonna do it for you. The Satya and the Hem definitely will. You always get the same sample. I wonder, are you buying the same kind? Because like the Nag Champa boxes that I buy always come with like, it's like I think like a honey lavender. Um, it's like a honey lavender sample. And like if I buy the Nag Champa from Satya, it always comes with the same sample. So maybe you should try out some other scents to try out some other samples. And I love cinnamon and dragon's blood as well, Carol. That's what I don't know if you were here earlier, but I was talking about my scone incense, and I have lavender, dragon's blood, and India Temple in here. Oh, you don't like him? I love him. I feel like they're so fragrant, but super pungent, super fragrant is not for everyone. And my other favorite thing about him that I will say is that unlike the Satya brand, I feel like they're not as messy, because Satya is very powdery, there's a lot of residue. Okay, so the rest of these are Hem incense, and I got the standard regular patchouli. And this is like a very masculine kind of cologne patchouli. It's not, I don't feel like it's a true patchouli, but I do like this. I like it a lot. And then this is, I think, I'm sure you guys will correct me if I'm wrong, but I've not ever seen this before, so I don't know if this is just, new to my metaphysical store, or if this has been around for a while, or if this is a new scent. But Hem has the 7 African powers. And I think this might be a new incense blend. But you guys, this smells so like, I can't even put my finger on it, what this smells like. I wish we had scent cams so I could like show you guys. But yeah, this is the 7 African powers by Hem. And to me, this smells like lilacs and like vanilla and sandalwood, maybe like some cinnamon. Let me see here on the box if it'll tell me. Yeah, the box actually doesn't really say what's in it. It's good though. It's already been around. It must just be new to me then. It must just be new to me then, because I've not ever seen it before. And I'm like an avid Hem incense purchaser. Maybe it's just new to my area. I don't know. And it's interesting, like, I got it because I had never used it before and I wasn't sure if I would super like it or not. And it's a very distinct smell, and I really can't put my finger on it. So, and then the last incense that I got, this is by the Hem brand, but it's the Ganesh scent. So it looks like this. And this is another thing, guys. I can get, like I said, if you go to the Indian market, at least the ones by me, you can get a box of 6 of these tubes, which each of the tubes have 20 sticks. And you can get that for about like $3.99. And this was $2.19. So, like I said, it was out of convenience today that I purchased my incense. I wonder if, Bella, I wonder if you could find it online though. I wonder if you could find it online. So the Ganesh, this Ganesh incense by him, this is hands down one of my favorites. Like I always like to keep this stocked up, and you guys are not going to be surprised. It's like a patchouli rose smell is what it smells like to me. Oh, and it's amazing. Absolutely phenomenal. I love it. Phenomenal. So those are the incense that I picked up today. And then I just needed to restock, and so I picked up a big bundle of some California white sage. Because my sage bundle, I was running a little low, and I don't like to be without. And this is what my sage situation looked like before. I have pieces, which I have another bundle out in my living room, but I don't like to just only have one bundle. Like I like to have one on supply. But this bundle was actually a lavender sage bundle together. It's amazing. So yeah, that's basically my haul. That's what I got today. Carol, I would say that my favorite, it's hard to pick just one. I mean, like I said, the Hem Ganesh is definitely one of my favorites. This is definitely one of my favorites um, because it has patchouli and rose, and it's like a perfect combination of both. And patchouli rose is definitely one of my more favorite scent combinations. So that's a really, really traditional, standard basic Nag Champa from the Satya brand, because that blend to me is so ancient and so spiritual that it's hard not to feel, like you're entering a sacred space when you smell that. However, also I like him also has a white sage incense. And I like that too for like kind of lighter cleansings when I don't need to pull out my entire bundle. But I also love cinnamon. I love cinnamon. Ganesh, the incense brand, has let me see if I can grab it. Hold on. Here's some of my incense basket. So Ganesh has, this is one of my favorites too. So the Ganesh brand, they have one called Ghostly Glow, and it says best Halloween incense on it. I think you could get this seasonally. I wouldn't be surprised because it's kind of a seasonal smell. So this is all I have left of it, and I'm very sparing with it. But this is like an apple spiced pumpkin cider kind of deal. It's amazing. I love it. So that's another one of my favorites because like this smells just like if I had to put Samhain in an incense stick, it would be this, hands down, hands down. But I'm a little bit more conservative with this one just because it is seasonal and they don't have it all the time. And I will tell you from Ganesh, I also really like their, it's the Heritage series. It's called Rhythm. And I've actually picked this up from my local beauty supply store. And Rhythm kind of smells like I don't know, it's a very kind of clean smell. I would say it's almost like a clean linen Egyptian musk meets like lilac, I would say. I love burning the Rhythm in the morning. And then, okay, you guys are gonna laugh at this because this is like so cheap. But at the dollar store, the Luminescence brand, I purchased these. I mean, they're $1. You get 40 sticks. This is the vanilla. However, this smells to me like campfire. This does not smell like vanilla. And I actually really do enjoy this. So let me see what's going on here in the chat. Yeah, Bella, I think I've heard of that website. I personally like to you know, give my business to the usually, the local Indian bazaars, because I'm supporting, the local families and stuff. And also, like, I feel like their stuff is so cheap. Like, I get a lot of my food from there. Um, and also, like, I like that I can find kind of, Hindu statuary as well as incense. And they have a Romani and Indian grocery. And they also have a really nice, like, bakery there. And you can get fresh samosas there. So I really like that a lot. Plus, the incense is like so crazy cheap. Like I said, you can get a whole case of 6 tubes, each tube having 20 incense. So that's like 120 sticks for 2.99. You just purchased a cauldron, Carol. You should be able to burn more. Can I burn moat herbs? Can you burn more herbs? You should be able to. This necklace here is rose quartz. It's a chunk of rose quartz in a cage that my sister just got me. Yeah, I love cinnamon. Hey, Spell. Yeah, you should be able to burn most herbs. In a cauldron, you could burn scones in a cauldron. I've done that. You can burn sticks of Palo Santo in a cauldron. You could use your cauldron to carry your sage around, and you could smudge your space carrying your cauldron, depending on how big it is. You can burn wood in your cauldron. I've burned oak wood discs before. Some herbs cannot, or should not, I should say. If we're talking about herbs that you can or cannot burn within a cauldron, some herbs are probably best left not burning, depending on their level of toxicity, because not all herbs are non toxic. We Val, we were just talking about this haul, and I was just showing some of my incense that I picked up today, and this cute little elephant figure, and some scones, and some California white sage. So that's all. Just a little haul, which after this video is done being broadcasted, you can always go back and you can always watch. Thanks, Joe. Thank you. I'm really excited because I don't really have a lot of rose quartz jewelry. And it was just a really thoughtful thing of my sister to drop by a little care package and drop me off some rose quartz. And she gave me a cute little pink rose quartz elephant and a little butterfly charm. So she's a sweetie. She's a sweetie. Oh, I guess I can show you guys this too. So if you guys saw one of my last live videos, I was talking about this I was talking about this planter thing that I had gotten, and we are already starting to get some sprouts, and it's been like I think 4 or 5 days. This is a tomato plant sprout, which I'm really excited about. If I can get her, here we go. How cute! So that's sprouting, and the tomatoes are already really like, I don't know if you can see, but there's kind of some sprouts forming in there. The tomatoes are growing. Versus some of the other stuff I planted, like I also planted some moonflowers, and they do not seem to have grown at all yet. So I have to just kind of keep tabs on those. I'm trying to get some moonflowers this year. And then the lavender down here hasn't sprouted yet either. Basically, how I did mine is I labeled it with nail polish, north and south and east and west. And pretty much this whole north quadrant of this little planter is all tomatoes. And then this bottom half down here is moonflowers, and so the southeast are moonflowers and the southwest is lavender. So we'll see how those do, but that's the update on my little seedlings that I have been working on. Thank you so much, Asta McGuire. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Carol, if you want to make some incense blends, you could always make loose incense. I like to do that a lot in my mortar and pestle and just throw some fragrant herbs in there, maybe some oils in there, whatever I feel called to do, and then just grind them up into a nice fine powder and then like lay them out on like a paper plate in front of a window so it kind of, those oils kind of dry out and seep into the herb. And then you can burn those over a charcoal disc. And that's a really easy, great way to make your incense. Yeah, Carol, I'm really ready for some warmer weather. The equinox is coming up, and in my zone, we've already been having some warmer days and stuff, so I'm hoping that there's going to be more of that. Typically here, though, we don't really put anything outside or really plant anything until after Mother's Day, just because our weather here is so crazy. But I like to start my seedlings now. That way they're, nice and juicy once it's actually time to start planting them. But yeah, and I also put a link in the description of this live video, so that way you guys can always check out my business page if you want, and if you would like to schedule a reading, I do those. So you guys can always check me out there. You can check out my reviews, or if you just want to message me and just say hi, you can always just message me too. But that's probably the best way to contact me is through my page. So yeah, feel free to just say hello. I don't bite, I promise. Oh, that would be awesome, Carol. Some dragon flowers and moonflowers. I'm trying to grow my own moonflowers too, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to have them. I believe that the moonflowers are like a vining plant. So I'm hoping to, I've never grown them before, so I'm unfamiliar, but I'm hoping I'll be able to grow them and have them kind of climb up my lattice. I think that would be so cute. Plus, at night when we're out there, we have like a candlelit covered front porch, and it's surrounded with lattice, and I think it'd be gorgeous to have those blooms open up and be all fragrant. And I don't mind if they attract bats and moths. They can come hang out with us too. But yeah, you guys, I am going to sign off of here. I hope you guys enjoyed, my little haul, and thanks for hanging out with me. And like I said, if you want to click on that link and book with me, feel free. Or if you would like to just hit me up and we can chit chat, that's cool too. Whatever you guys want to do. I hope all of you guys have a blessed rest of your day, evening, wherever you're at. And until next time, y'all, blessed be.